Welcome back to the Weber Kettle series, brought to you by Fogo Charcoal here on Chuds BBQ, everybody. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today we're making our own flour tortillas, we're breaking down a chicken, and we're gonna make some absolutely fantastic chicken fajitas. Coming up! This is a chicken patty dry. Starting with a whole chicken today, but you could easily get one that's already broken down or boneless or whatever you want. But first things first, I'm gonna give this the old spatchcock by removing the spine. So with some kitchen shears here, I'm just gonna follow the spine down on either side. Nothing to it. You could also easily do this with a knife, but one time I cut my finger really bad doing it with a knife, so I stick with the scissors nowadays. Spine removed. And now we've got ourselves a beautiful spatchcocked chicken, which I'm going to split in half. Nothing to it. Next up, we're gonna take these wings off. So if you just lift the wing up, kind of go in, you can find the joint where it connects and it'll come right on out. Wing one, wing two. And now I'm gonna separate the legs from the breast by going right through the middle. There's just skin holding these together now, so real easy to do. At this point, I'm gonna go through and clean up these legs. There's some flaps hanging on here, so we're gonna just cut that away. And then we're gonna separate the drum from the thigh. Nothing to it, folks. Just look for where the joint is and you can usually find it pretty easily. And now we've got 2 drumsticks, 2 chicken wings, 2 bone-in skin-on thighs, and 2 bone-in skin-on chicken breasts. Let's make a rub. Now your typical fajita rub is salt, pepper, paprika, garlic, onion, chili powder, cumin, that sort of stuff. So to make our rub, I'm gonna start out with some Chudrub. This stuff is very salty, very peppery, very all-purposey, but it's got plenty of garlic and paprika and other good spices in there. It should be a great place to start out making this rub. We're going in with 2 parts Chudrub, followed by some chili powder, some cumin, and some oregano, as well as a little bit of some coriander, and because we just added a bunch more stuff, a little pinch of salt. Get it all nice and mixed up, and our fajita rub is done. Next up, into a small bowl, we're gonna go in with some lime juice. Oh yeah, 1 whole lime, as well as a big glug of some avocado oil, and some of our rub. Just making a nice little pasty mixture here. Oh, that is smelling fantastic. Beautiful. And now we get messy. Simply enough, I'm just gonna take this paste here and rub it all over this chicken. Oh yeah. Now, we're gonna be using probably just the breasts, maybe the thighs in there. We'll see how the day pans out. But you know, because I got these chicken wings and these drumsticks here, I might as well grill those off too for a little snack. But just trying to get these nice and coated up. This is kind of a spice rub, kind of a marinade. That lime juice is really gonna help us out. And that oil is gonna help these grill up and get some wonderful color. Well, just getting all this on here. And I don't have exact measurements for the paste I just made. I just kind of eyeballed what looked like it would be enough. And I think we are in a pretty good place. So, into a Ziploc bag, these go. Beautiful. Into the fridge this goes for the next little bit to marinate and let all those spices do their thing while we move on to making some tortillas. Yeah. I've made beef fat flour tortillas on this channel plenty of times before, so if you want a more in-depth lesson, you can check out my dedicated video to beef fat flour tortillas. But to summarize, into the food processor, we're going in with some bread flour, as well as some baking powder and some salt. Just get that nice and mixed up for a second. Next up, we go in with our beef fat. And this is, of course, some Wagyu beef tallow from the wonderful folks over at South Chicago Packing. And out of all the fats I've tried, this stuff works the best. Even better than my homemade tallow. We're gonna let that mix for about a minute or so until all that fat is evenly distributed throughout all the flour. And then finally, we're gonna go in with some warm water. And at this point, the food processor is gonna turn this into a lovely dough, and it's gonna knead it for us. And once that dough has come together, it's pulling away from the sides, we're gonna let this sit in here and rest for a good 45 minutes or so. After a nice long rest, let's go ahead and get this portioned out. Boop. Beautiful dough, this tortilla dough, I tell you what. That's the point of the long rest, is to make sure it is nice and relaxed and everything is hydrated and looking nice and supple. Love it. So now we're gonna go through and turn this into 50-gram little dough balls. And you don't have to weigh these out, but I like them to all be the same size. Next up, we just gotta turn these into some beautiful little dough balls, which is really easy to do. You just kind of take it and you fold all the creases and folds to one side, which will be the underside, giving us that nice smooth top. And then on the table it goes, and we just give it the old roly-poly to make sure everything is nicely, evenly tucked underneath, and we're left with a perfect little beautiful, soft, double tortilla dough. All right, we're gonna let these rest for a little bit, and then we'll press them out. All right, folks, now it's time to press out these lovely little tortilla dough balls. Taco squeal. Would you just look at that? A beautiful beef fat flour tortilla. Love it. Smelling so good. Nothing to it, folks. Beautiful puffage going on. Oh, beautiful. Off this comes into the old tortilla warmer. Ow, that's hot. Boop. Looking nice, nice and fluffy. I tell you what, folks, there is few pleasures in this world like a beautiful stack of freshly made flour tortillas. Oh, look at that puff. Beautiful. Let's make some avocado crema. Starting with an avocado. Going into our blender. Yoink, boop. As well as the juice of 1 lime. Oh yeah, nice and juicy. As well as a little bit of chili powder. Don't mind if I do. And a big fat pinch of some kosher salt. And then we're gonna go in with our crema. Boop. Almost forgot, cilantro stems. Beautiful. And on we go with our chicken. Just looking to get some good color on here, folks. You know the drill. We're grilling chicken. And you definitely don't need to be using the slow and sear to do this, but I already had it set up, so that's the way I left it. Oh, it's smelling so good out here. Again, I'm just trying to get some color on these guys, get them nicely browned up, and then having the cool side over here is very helpful. Looking good. On we go with this lid, let these continue to carry over cook and come up to temp a little bit. After about 30-40 minutes or so, these chickens are coming off. These breast pieces are right around 150 degrees internal, and these thighs are right around 170 or so, and I'm sure these wings and drums are done as well. So off these come to rest down for just a wee bit. Gotta say, looking very tasty. And while we wait for that chicken to come down in temp, we're gonna go ahead and get our peppers and onions on the fire here. Again, this is a perforated pan, so these will start to break down, but we'll also get some nice char flavor on them. Hit these with some oil and a big fat pinch of salt. Starting to sizzle already. And after just a few minutes, these have cooked down a good amount, softened up. We got some nice little char on these, so I'm gonna call these done. Off to the side they go. By this point, our chicken has cooled down quite a bit, so we're gonna go ahead and get this chopped up, starting by removing the bones. Just gonna pull that backbone right on out of there. Beautiful chicken tender and a lovely breast. We're gonna slice this up, although I hear you're supposed to slice chicken this way. All right, we'll try it. And you can leave your chicken skin on or take it off, depending on what you like, or if you charred it too much. But we're just gonna cut these into some little fajita-sized strips. Oh, that is very flavorful. And you may be wondering what happened to those drumsticks and wings, and they were also very flavorful. Little pitmaster snack. On to breast number 2. Just gonna rip these bones out. Comes out real easy. And we're just gonna slice it up. Now, traditionally with a chicken fajita, the meat is sliced up first and then kind of stir-fried. But I wanted to get that nice grill flavor on there. And I also wanted to include some of this skin, which is why I broke down the whole chicken, then grilled it off, and am now cutting it into strips. It's also why I pulled it off the pit around 145, 150. Although this looks like it carried over to a perfect doneness. You could shoot even lower than that, because this is gonna finish cooking in the pan. Do the same thing with a couple of these thighs. Why not? I'm not sure how well they will maintain their structural integrity. They tend to want to shred up, but nothing wrong with that. And adding a little dark meat to the party is what's going to make these fajitas better than your traditional. Bone removed, chicken thigh sliced up, looking beautiful. And there we go. Whole bunch of grilled chicken stripped up, ready to go into some fajitas. And what doesn't look good about that? Nice and juicy. And now to fajitify all of our ingredients. I've got a large carbon steel pan on the fire here, nice and toasty. And we're gonna go in with some of our veg and some of our chicken. And of course, an irresponsible amount of butter. Once everything is cooked down, looking absolutely fantastic, all those flavors have melded together, we're gonna finish this off with a little bit more of our rub from earlier. I was gonna mix this with the butter to make a little compound butter to throw in there, but this seemed a little bit easier. Give that a nice little toss combined, and our fajitas are ready to plate. Ooh, yes please. So on these beautiful beef fat flour tortillas, we're going down with some of our chicken, peppers, and onions. Then we're gonna top that with some of our avocado crema. Boop. And a little bit of our Citrate. And we're gonna go in with some of our Vegi Grill Pan on the fire here. Nice and toasty. And we're gonna go in with some of our chicken, peppers, and onions. Then we're gonna top that with some of our avocado crema. Boop. And a little bit of our Citrate. And we're gonna go in with some of our avocado crema. Boop. And a little bit of our Vegi Grill Pan on the fire here. Nice and toasty. And we're gonna go in with some of our avocado crema. Boop. And a little bit of our Citrate. And we're gonna go in with some of our avocado crema. Boop. And a little bit of our Vegi Grill Pan on the fire here. Nice and toasty. And we're gonna go in with some of our avocado crema. Boop. And a little bit of our Vegi Grill Pan on the fire here. Nice and toasty. And we're gonna go in with some of our avocado crema. Boop. And a little bit of our Vegi Grill Pan on the fire here. Nice and toasty. And we're gonna go Whoop. Oh, nice and thick. Then a little bit of some cotija, cause why not? Oh, yes please. Then a little bit of your favorite hot sauce, if you so desire. Boop, boop, boop. Top that with some lovely fresh cilantro, as well as a squeeze of some fresh lime juice. Oh yeah. And there we have it, folks. A beautiful chuddy chicken fajita. All right, y'all, I can't wait any longer. I think it's time to dive into this thing. Oh, that is fantastic. Beautiful bite right there. Ooh, so many flavors. That is good. Not often you get Wagyu Tallow and butter working together, but whew, that is so good. I mean, all the way through, you start out with that beautiful, fluffy, super fresh tortilla. Finishing that on the grill was a great move, by the way. Added a nice little char, little extra smoky flavor. The chicken and peppers are lovely. A lot of flavor in there from that rub. The cumin and the ancho are really coming through. And then you get a sweetness from those red bell peppers. And that hot sauce adds just the right amount of kick. And the avocado crema cools you right back down. Can't go wrong with this, folks. That's so good. That tortilla. Come on. Oh, it's so good. That chicken is perfect. You got some nice char on there, some really good grill flavor. I was worried it might dry out cutting it after it's already cooked, but not the case. Nice and juicy. And again, usually chicken dishes are kind of bland because chicken is so lean, but we got Wagyu beef tallow and butter working for us. This is some of the most flavorful chicken I've ever made. Freshness on the cilantro on top. Little lime juice. Brings it right home. Considering how many vegetables are on here, very meaty still. That is so good. Yeah, that's really tasty. I mean, talk about perfect meal prep for a weeknight dinner or to bring to a party. This is perfect. You know, you grill off that chicken, slice it all up, pop it in the fridge, saute your veg down a little bit over the fire, pop that in the fridge. Then all you need to do is show up, throw your pan on a fire, get that stuff nice and sizzling, pack it into some tortillas, good to go. That is a wonderful combination of flavors. I tell you what. One more. It's so good. So good.
Wow, that's really good.
Really? Well, she just took all my tacos and went back to her class. But I think it's time for the official taste test. Gotta work for it. Uh-oh, Papa grabbed two. All right, y'all, that is it. That is how to make some absolutely fantastic chicken fajitas. It's not often I finish a video and Brooke takes everything I just made and packs it up for lunch for the next few days. So that's how you know that this really is a great recipe. But that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. Feel free to drop a comment down below letting me know what you want to see me cook next. If you give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. Big shout out to Fogo Charcoal. Thank you for sponsoring the Weber Kettle series. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace!